What I'd love to do is kind of take your background, and I know that you're also partners with Amazon, and they're one of the biggest CX companies in the world, probably the most customer obsessed, I would say, company in the world. And we want to talk about that a lot today. In fact, our title here is How do we keep up with the ever scaling expectations? Because God love them, Amazon keeps raising the bar, right?
Yes, yes, they do.
And at the same time, I think it was McKinsey that came out and they had a study that they looked at over 400 highly profitable B2C and B2B companies, and CX was the number one differentiator in the market. So CX isn't just oh, we have to have happy customers. It's a competitive advantage for us. And I know you're going to talk a lot about that today. But if you could maybe start out with, it was interesting in our last conversation, you said, customer experience and keeping customers happy is kind of table stakes today. And tell me a little bit more about what you mean by that.
Yeah. So I've been with the company about 10 years, starting with Tuft Needle. And I can remember when I first heard about Tuft Needle, I was working in restaurants. And one of the things I loved about restaurants was the priority on customer service, right? Restaurants, very slim margins. They definitely need you to come back again. So that customer is king mentality really, in my opinion, exists in the best restaurants. But personally, I hadn't seen that in a lot of other businesses, right? Like I really didn't ever have that same guest experience when I would go into a store, when I would call an online business. And so one of the things that Tuft Needle was doing that I think was very unique at the time was the customer was everything, right? And so when you called into Tuft Needle, you were going to get someone that was super happy to talk to you, really showed a lot of empathy, a lot of care, a lot of problem solving abilities because everything was about the customer and making the customer happy. And again, I think that was pretty unique 10 years ago. So people would be bowled away like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm talking to someone that cares about my problem, that can actually solve my problem, that is treating me like a human being. Cut to now, I think customers expect that and they should, right? I think it is a good evolving expectation. But really, when you think about the rising customer expectations, you're not unique if you're treating them like a person and truly want to solve their problem. That is the expectation. And so now what? Right now, what do you do to really differentiate yourself in the marketplace? Because the expectation is you will treat them kindly and solve their problem.
So, we brought up and we talked about Amazon and your partners with Amazon and that they're masters at this. What have you learned from working with Amazon or just, experiencing the customer service at Amazon and now what you're doing in your current position that we could learn from?
The thing we all love about Amazon, right, is they are fast and they do exactly what they say they're going to do, right? When you go onto your Amazon app and you order whatever it is, because you can also order everything from Amazon, and they say it's going to be there by 2 o'clock tomorrow, it is there by 2 o'clock tomorrow. So in one way, Amazon has really shown consumers what's possible, right? Like they really are the gold standard because this is what's possible in the world. And so I think for the rest of us that can't quite always meet the level of service that Amazon can provide, what we can do is ensure that our expectations are clear and that we meet them, right? So in our case, if we say, hey, we're going to get you a mattress in 7 to 10 business days, we better get you a mattress in 7 to 10 business days. If we say we're going to answer your call within 30 seconds, we better pick up that call within 30 seconds. And so while we can't always meet that bar of Amazon that we're striving to, we can be really sure that we do what we say we're going to do. And then a little bit of that, not too far under promise, but that if we're a trade-off, we're under promising and over delivering as opposed to over promising and under delivering.